Live coverage of tonight's events presented by the Asphalt Racing Network. Good God, I have to update that graphic. It's so old. Of course, in partnership with Decals Paint and Photoshop for all of your iRacing paint needs. Be sure to check them out. And of course, Young Hitta Collectibles for your die casts. Go get them. Get them out of my house. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Why is that up? Sorry, folks. We are here for another week of action. Right now, the Naras Cup Series is officially taking on North Wilkesboro. We were here last night for the Truck Series. Now we are back for the Cup Series. Of course, a half-mile track. 83 degrees in the air, 87 degrees on the track. It's a little bit warmer than what it was last night by about 7 degrees. Of course, that is not the correct information on your screen. I don't know why it's updating. We are not at 100% fuel limits. If you give me 1 second to look at my notes here, I could tell you what we have and maybe update them for you because we're going to use those throughout the entirety of the night. We have 8 sets of tires here today. 8 sets of tires, no fast repairs, 60% fuel in those tanks for about a whopping 96 laps of gas. And of course, as always, in the booth for the Asphalt Racing Network, it is going to be Tyler Jones. Hope everybody is doing good here tonight. Hope everybody is doing great this week. Fantastic week for some. I know it's been rainy across the United States, wherever you may be. It's been sunny and hot. I am ready for the winter again. And then I'll say I'm ready for the summer back again. So it's a catch-22. Of course, right now, few drivers still left on track. Mark Morton currently up on track tonight, getting the rest of his time done. What paint scheme are you running tonight, Mark? A Subway. Thomas Adams currently on track. Is starting at 9th. What a way to finish your timeout. Corey Rainey. Ooh, clean Budweiser scheme. Almost reminds me of a Coors Banquet. Rainey, the last one on track right now, getting a qualifying time set. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're coming in, we appreciate you joining us here for some good racing action tonight. Hopefully, the week has been kind to you. You are ready to watch some good racing. I know I am. Should be an easy night. We had a full green flag run last night. Looking to do it again here tonight. Of course, as always, all broadcasts in partnership with AI Chief. Your number 1 leader for a crazy amount of situational awareness on the track that you may not realize you needed. Of course, AI Chief is a new program about 5 months in. Good affiliate to the channel. They are working on a Pro Plus membership. Of course, free. You still have a good spotter to use. For Pro Plus and Pro, you get access to strategies. You get access to figure out how smooth you were from that race, and it will log your data and move over. Of course, if you are a streamer and are still needing an all-in-one platform, AI Chief will be the way to go. While they are finishing qualifying right now, and they are going to the warm-up, we're going to let Rip from AI Chief, your crew chief, tell you exactly what's coming for the Pro Plus Streamers membership.
More. Every overlay done. Cleaner, faster, built for racers. and built for streamers. But that was just the warm-up. Introducing the AI Chief Streamer Engine, a full broadcast-style control tower built right into Chief. One unified chat window, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. Every message all in one place. Someone drops a gift, Chief tells you. Front row Joey dropped the DJ spin. This is a race car, not a charity, but we'll take your money anyway. New follower? Chief tells you. Raid, member, super chat? Chief's already on it. Too busy battling for the lead to read chat? Don't worry, I'll read it for you. Signature Esports says, I know I said something about it on stream, but it would be cool to use Chief to be a pit reporter. This isn't another overlay package. This is your production crew. AI Chief Pro Plus. Coming soon.
Of course, a lot on the way for AI Chief. I think 1.18.1 has just released today. Updates about every Saturday. So if you feel like you need a one-up on your iRacing lines, your finishing positions, and definitely a coach, be sure to check out AI Chief. Use code TBONE at checkout. Tell them who sent you. Of course, warm-ups underway right now for these drivers. Getting ready to go green here in about 7 minutes. A few drivers trying to get comfortable with pit entrances. A few drivers trying to get comfortable with their cars. A lot of drivers worrying on how risky it might be here tonight. Of course, that question will be answered at some point in time. Right now, we don't know. Will we see another clean run like we did last night? Who will reign supreme? Will we see another Lucas Lewis weekend sweep? Right now, it is getting really, really close. Week 20. Next week, we will be flying all the way to Indianapolis for the Brickyard 275. Then, of course, we will go to Pocono the week before that, have an off week for the Daytona night race on 8/29. We'll be back on the 5th of September for Darlington, where we will be having our throwback weekend. Auto Club on the 12th of September, and then rounding out our regular season under the neon lights in Nashville on the 26th of September. Of course, tonight, Tristan Pena not going to be with us, as he is currently in Hickory, North Carolina, on the field with a few well-known drivers. Corey Heim, notably, running late model stock cars tonight, just fresh off a win in Indianapolis. And San Diego, Caden Honeycutt running as well, pro late models and late model stocks. Tristan Pena, a part of that pro late model race tonight. The Z-Max Cars Tour will not be in attendance, so good luck to the driver of the 50 for Steel City Racing. Last time I checked, they were rained out for almost 2 hours, so I know he's about itching to get ready to get going on that track. We're going to try to keep up with him throughout the night on most of our monitors here and see how it goes for him. Ooh, a little bit of contact, it looked like, between the 40 there. Right in the as he always does. Of course, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome in. Hopefully this is not your first stream here. If it is, we appreciate you stopping on by, showing some love. Time for you to pick a driver and figure out who will be your fan favorite here tonight. Or who will you root against all night long? About 4 minutes left in the warm-ups on the track. Then we will get to our national anthem. And we will get ready to go green. We'll throw the full tower up now so you can see who currently has the strongest times. Of course, a lot on the line tonight. We are about 3 minutes left now. Let's go ahead and get our national anthem rolling now before we get to the grid.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Getting ready with just about 3 seconds left is now we are officially going down to the grid. who will have what it takes tonight to prevail on top. Looking at our starting grid now for all 11 drivers here tonight. In row number 1, taking your pole position is going to be the number 40 of Owen Lax, Peter Hoppy, on the outside in P2. Row 2 is going to be Isaiah Fox with Corey Rainey. Row 3, Lucas Lewis and Charlie Bennett. Row 4, Mark Morton, Jeffrey Bourne. Row 5, second to last, Thomas Adams and Kyle Sims. And in the back, by himself, running a Cursed Tide Chumba Casino collab, Mark Randall. Here we are in the restart zone, going green flag. Beautiful sunset look here at North Wilkesboro. 2 laps in. Owen Lax making a good run as he wanted to last night. Currently holding the lead, Isaiah Fox is in second place already. How long is Lax going to be able to hold this lead? We've already had a few changes. Mark Randall sitting in 8th place. He's already up 3 positions from where he qualified at. 96, Jeffrey Bourne around sideways. First caution. 3 laps in. Charlie Bennett had jumped to pits for some reason. Don't know what his exact reason was. Looks like network error. He is back within 5. He'll get put back on lead lap due to his connection issue there. Following the 96 of Jeffrey Bourne here after the restart. Keep on with him, see exactly what happened. Two teammates for Steel City Racing, Mark Morton, Jeffrey Bourne. They were 1 and 2 right there, toe and toe with each other. Mark Randall not too far behind. So we are watching the 96. Might have got on his throttle a little bit too early. Spun him around. Thankfully was able to keep it off the racing surface. No wall contact from what looked like the top or the bottom. Yep, there it is right there. Thankfully, it wasn't wall contact that broke him loose, so he was able to keep it clean. Of course, caution came out early. Not even 5 laps in. He is now in 10th place. Back of the field. Owen Lax still toting the field behind him right now. Of course, Charlie Bennett now back on track. He is going to be able to get his laps back. They're going to be allowing him to go do that now. That's who we are following. He's 4 laps down. He's going to try to get as many back as he possibly can because he rejoined before we hit the 5-lap mark. Pretty early on now. They are back green. Ben will at least get 1 back. Lax back out to an early lead here. Isaiah Fox and Lucas Lewis getting side by side right now. Fox will be able to hold that position. But for how long is going to be the question. They're already fighting for second place. Don't want to burn your tires up too early. Of course, Lax enjoying the fight behind him. He's wishing the 24 would get back up to Isaiah. The more those drivers fight behind him, the more tire they're burning. The easier it's going to be for him to maintain the lead of this race without having to do any extra. Still looking pretty good up here so far. Top 3, Lax, Fox, and Lewis. Behind him for 4 through 6 is going to be Corey Rainey. Peter Cottontail, Hoppy, and Jeffrey Bourne around again. Thomas Adams collected in that one. Might be done for the 48 of Adams. Meatball flag out for him now. Oh, man, 2 meatball flags. Jeffrey did get one as well. Not a good run there. 96 already might see the end of the night. Made a little bit of contact there with the 00 of Randall. Looks like a little bit of net code. Dead in the wall. Didn't lock his brakes up. Going back to the green. Sorry, we're having to talk to Steel City there. My team. And the driver, one of the drivers is currently running the series from inside the car. Owen Lax. Trying to figure out what happened there. Just a few laps ago. Of course, I believe we saw a wreck. Lucas Lewis has lagged out of the race. Looked like we had somebody wreck off the green flag. I could be wrong. I didn't see anything. I'm going to go back and check now if we had somebody wreck after the green flag. It didn't look like it. I might be going crazy. Yeah, there it was. It was the 09. Burning rubber sideways. Was able to hold his car straight. Maintained a green flag. Currently back in 6th place now. Charlie Bennett still a few laps down. He is on the field now. He's back on lead lap. Jeffrey Bourne now 6 laps down. He's got his damage repaired on the field. Will be back out. Meatball flag for Thomas Adams. Still out now. Jeffrey had some panel damage that was affecting his car, not allowing him to be able to run up to full speed due to his straightaway speeds. So they had to duct tape that car, fix it up, and he is now back up on track. Unfortunately, 6 laps down, but with the possibility of a few more cautions and the 2-stage breaks, he'll get a few laps back, might find himself back on lead lap at the end of the night. Of course, this race is really going to be a make-or-break race, as the drivers who have shown up compared to the drivers who are not here tonight will make a possible big move when it comes down to the points. Now, of course, we're getting closer to the playoffs. I believe 7 races, not including this one, 6 races left before we hit the round of 16. Points are very, very well needed at this point in time in the season. Any little bit of points you can get, any small momentum that you can make over the car in front of you or behind is a big, big margin. Of course, Lax dominating the race in the lead right now. Jerry Lax in attendance, rooting on Owen, praying he can get it done here tonight. Sorry about the freeze up, guys. Praying he can get it done here tonight. He fell just a little bit short last night. Cars, of course, Mark Morton sitting in 2nd place right now of 5 positions from where he started. Corey Rainey in 3rd, still looking for his first win this season. Peter Hoppy, or as Johnny calls him in the Twitch chat, Cottontail, sitting in 4th place right now, 2 positions down from where he qualified. Isaiah Fox, after his little mishap in 3 and 4, he is now currently sitting in 5th. Mark Randall just outside of the top 5, had a little oopsie daisy there a few laps ago with some contact with the 96 of Jeffrey Bourne. No damage to his car. He's currently in 6th place. Doing good, staying good, and hopefully will not be going laps down tonight. 28th, well, excuse me, the 28 in 7th. That is Kyle Sims, forming H. Sims Motorsports next season. Matt and Kyle Sims, along with Stephen Hollinsworth. Sims right now sitting in 7th place, 3 positions up from where he qualified. Charlie Bennett, the 08 in 8th. Jeffrey Bourne still out on the field. struggling with that car right now. Might still have some minor damage to the axles. Might be some irreplaceable offset now. Or unfixable offset damage. Could just be a little bit of a struggle right now. Tire temps, track temps, all comes into play. This is a very daunting track. Right now, weather currently sitting at 88. It hasn't really moved from the qualifying time and the warm-up time. Of course, that could be subject to change the later this race gets. The more the sun goes down, the better it may get. Of course, our leaders right now, Lax crossing the line, still leading the race right now. 38 laps led by Lax. Morton and Rainey way off of each other's pace. Morton only a second back from the leader. Under that now, Corey Rainey 3 seconds back entirely to the leader's bumper. Of course, Charlie Bennett up there as well, just behind Morton. Morton got around him. Bennett now a lap down. Thomas Adams still serving that meatball flag. Probably came back into the car to see how much he had left or if it was repairable. Unfortunately to Adams, it is saying he is out. For anybody that is rooting on Tristan, watching, they are still under the weather delay in Hickory, North Carolina for the 2026 Throwback Classic. We will be giving updates if we're still green as to where our number 50 of Pena is doing out during the race. So hopefully that will start shortly. Of course, Hickory does not have jet dryers, not a NASCAR sanctioned track. So they have been drying it off with tires. Pickups dragging tires around, tied to a chain from the back of the trucks. And somehow it has been working. So tire barriers, 1. North Carolina rain, 0. 43 laps out of 275. 75 for the stage. Currently underway, more than by about half of stage 1 has been green. We had 2 little cautions early on to begin with. We have been good ever since then. You've got to wonder, when will we see a pit cycle for tires? Will these drivers be able to make it on these tires? We saw it last night. They were able to push 80 laps on the tires. Front rotors really warming up. You can see them glowing hot on the entrance of these curves. You can see them right there on the front left of Lax's car. Probably a little bit more front brake bias in it, so you can get a little bit better of a turn. I'm probably going to get yelled at over radios. But knowing him and Morton, they've done the same thing. Morton normally always likes to put the load heavy on the brakes to the front. You can see them glowing. Not as bad as Lax's are. Lax might be holding a little bit more speed into the corners. Rainey's are glowing like a Christmas tree. Double Zero still in 7th place. He's 4 up from where he started, same as well as Kyle Sims, driver just in front of him. Both drivers 4 positions up from where they started. Mark Morton right now, your hard charger of the night, up 5, still early in the race, only 17 minutes into the race now. Still a lot of time left for these drivers to have to keep as much damage off of their cars as possible to be able to get a top 5, top 3, or even the win themselves here tonight. course, Morton right now catching up on Lax. We're getting a really good fight right now. Of course, Morton catching up to Lax. Let's go to Lax in car. Go live and ask Lax right now. Of course, Lax, we had a good race last night. Kept it clean, kept it green. You know, how you feeling tonight on the track, especially with Morton just behind you?
Yeah, I mean, the car tonight definitely feels better than the truck did last night. Very different, especially line-wise. So just trying to manage right now with Morton right behind me, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you, Tyler.
No problem, Lax. Appreciate you stepping out of your team radios for a few seconds and getting us a little bit of answers. In the back, we had one car around somewhere. Heard the call out. Let's go back and see where it was. Right there it is. Peter Hoppy. We caught him just as he ka-chowed. Oh, wait, Charlie Bennett not too far behind. Looked like he wanted to try to get to that high side, just broke loose. Bennett did not help the fact he was pretty close, couldn't figure it out, and went down to the pits. Well, went off the track. Because he went off track, no caution thrown out there. So Hoppy now going to be a lap down in front of Bennett, who's a lap down. Jeffrey Bourne, 16 laps down. Lucas Lewis back on the field, 9 laps down. Bourne still on track, just here for some points tonight, trying to get as many points as he possibly can to seed himself well into a playoff run for the round of 16 without a win on the regular season. And if you ask me, Bourne has done a fantastic job trying to keep a high ranking so far this season. Of course, Lax, your current leader on points, going for his first regular season championship in both the trucks and the Cup Series, will be the first time dual winner if he can pull off both series for regular season championship, which will then put him in a really good run, almost a advancement through the round of 16 off of his playoff points to be able to run for the round of 8. Of course, we'll probably still see the 40 of Lax every week. His points matter across the board. Doesn't matter where you're at, what you're doing. If you can be there, you need to be there. Lax already having a not a regular season, a season championship, playoff championship, if you like to call it, for season number 1. He didn't win regular season that year. That went to Jordan Fisher. Now he's trying to go back-to-back. Still has yet to say what he's doing. We don't know if he's going to be staying as a truck driver. We don't know if he's coming back. He's just going to fall behind the scenes. That is something we're going to have to figure out. We still have zero silly season news on where or who will be filling that 40 next season and or where Lax will go. 12 to go. Stage number 1, 11 to go. Of course, Rainey currently 71 points back. Of course, provisionals are not up to date currently on our new points bracket. So there's going to be a big difference when we get those provisionals updated. Lax included in at least, I believe, one provisional. Might be a 100-plus point differential. Of course, Lax right now is tying the single season win record. Second time he's won 4 races in a season, trying to go for 5 last night. Couldn't get it done. Will tonight be the night where he gets his 20th win? The Naras. Lucas Lewis has officially confirmed. If you watched the interviews last night, I might have said it. If you watched the interviews last night with Lucas, your race winner, he announced something we were waiting for tonight. But like I said, people normally just watch the races on VOD, and then they go to a Minecraft video for the race. So Lucas Lewis officially announcing he's not returning to Parker Motorsports as of now. No confirmed landing spot for him as well. It's going to be pretty interesting to wonder where Lucas is going. Parker Motorsports announced that they were not going to be coming back, and then found out that the team had pulled that statement. They have re-relegated the series back to Parker Motorsports, and now they are trying to fill the cars. But who will fill them? I know we have had news that I believe his name is Aiden Stevens was going to be running the rest of this season with Parker Motorsports and will take over the 88 next season. And of course, looking back to Lucas Lewis, and I quote on his official statement, after further consideration as of August 4th, he will not be returning to Parker Motorsports for the 2027 season. He'd like to thank Jordan for giving him the ride and bringing him back to the league. But with the uncertainty right now, he has decided to not re-sign to Parker Motorsports. He is looking forward to going for a championship with the team in hopes to end off strong. Of course, a lot of news will be breaking. Over the next course of weeks, for sure. Closer we get to the end of this season, the crazier it's going to get. Last lap now of the stage. Owen Lax in 3 and 4. He's led all of stage 1 by himself. Crosses the restart zone with no one around and will be able to take your stage number 1 win. Of course, 75 more laps for stage number 2. Will it be an Owen Lax night? We will wait and see. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back. Start of stage number 2.
So we built more. Every overlay done. Cleaner, faster, built for racers. And built for streamers. But that was just the warm-up. Introducing the AI Chief Streamer Engine. A full broadcast-style control tower, built right into Chief. One unified chat window, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. Every message all in one place. Someone drops a gift, Chief tells you. Front row Joey dropped the DJ spin. This is a race car, not a charity, but we'll take your money anyway. New follower, Chief tells you. Raid, member, super chat, Chief's already on it. Too busy battling for the lead to read chat? Don't worry, I'll read it for you. Signature Esports says, I know I said something about it on stream, but it would be cool to use Chief to be a pit reporter. This isn't another overlay package. This is your production crew. AI Chief Pro Plus. Coming soon.
We're going to play chess while all these other boys are playing checkers.
Let's get as many points as we can. It all starts right here. Are you ready?
And the green flag is in the air. Here they come, storming to turn 1. This is incredible!
Can he get it done? The grandstands are going wild. Yeah, let's go, baby! Oh, yeah, boys! They're crashing mid-pack!
journey toward racing excellence begins the same way, with preparation. Different tracks, different stakes, but the same attention to detail. Today, the gap between the garage and the living room has never been smaller. Because mastery isn't about where you start, it's about where you train. Whether you're chasing trophies or lap times, the road to racing excellence starts with the same tools. Logitech G.
Back green flag racing now for the start of stage number 2. Seems like there's a little bit of confusion on the track as who's getting laps back wave around wise. Mark Morton currently in the lead. Oh no, calamity in the back. 4 car of Corey Rainey around sideways. Doesn't seem like he has much damage. Still not looking too good. Let's go back and see what happened. Might have broke loose on that apron there. Yep, did. Did just so. Spun sideways, locked his brakes up, managed to leave a wide open lane to the top side. Drivers are able to get around clean and green. Now, Rainey having to go to the back of the pack while lead lap cars. Mark Morton leading the charge in P number 1. Isaiah Fox in second. Owen Lax now in third. Kyle Sims up to fourth, and Mark Randall holding down fifth place. We'll see if anybody comes into pits this time. Maybe Rainey for a tire set, maybe not. Drivers going to choose cone this time by 30 minutes into the race. We're already almost to the halfway point. Short tracks always go fast. Pace cars off. Mark Morton and Fox in row 1. Lax and Sims row 2. Rainey and Randall row 3. Last on lead lap. Green flag's going to be back out now. They're still going to be side by side for the lead here. 99 of Morton just gets that advantage. A good run there. Looking at him right now, 09 currently still in the lead. Got that lead back on the top side. He's able to hold and run it right now. Doing good so far, but the 99 of Morton closing in slowly but surely. Of course, Corey Rainey back up to where he qualified. That is 4th place for the 4 car. Him and Mark Randall, 4th and 5th right now. Only 2 Fords on the field here tonight. 2 Toyotas. That's going to be our 2nd place sitter of Mark Morton and our 10th place sitter of Jeffrey Bourne, who is about 18 laps down, just here for the points tonight. Currently, Fox holding the lead right now. Mark Morton still in 2nd. Owen Lax now on the bumper up. Morton in 3rd, just letting these drivers do what they do best. It's a good race right now. A few fights. You got 2 teammates side by side right now. We've seen nothing good come from side by sides this early. Gotta wonder if disaster might strike with them here. Rainey having to go to that bottom side, trying to get the advantage. He is holding down 4th place. Rainey does get around Randall. Now back to single file. 3 seconds from the leader is Corey Rainey. That's going to be your leader of Isaiah Fox. Owen Lax making it around Mark Morton. Down 1 position. From his grid spot in the pole. 29 laps out of 75 for stage number 2. A lot more spread out this go around. The last. Lucas Lewis still on the field. 2 laps down right now.
I'm so scared right
Isaiah saying he's scared. Nothing to be worried about, Fox. You're doing good. You're holding the lead right now. You got a Dente behind you. That's probably what you're scared of. I would be scared too if Lax was knocking on the door. 09 holding this lead right now. It's probably not going to last too much longer. These two neck and neck right now. Will Lax go for this pass here in the next 10-15? Morton slowly making position back up to the top three right now. Black seems like he wants to try to pass, but doesn't have the speed to do so, especially with the 09 of Fox blocking that low side. Kind of running a hybrid line right now. It's going to be hard to pass on the top side. Not going to have the momentum to do so. Having to arc your corner is also another big thing. Not allowing Lax to make the run where he wants to do so. Owen Lax now getting into the lead. Mark Morton getting around. Just watching Fox there. Looked like he just slowly but surely started falling off of the pace. And not going to be ideal for him now, as we are also going to have a driver go down in the pits. Lucas Lewis entering pit road now. Charlie Bennett still here right now. Jeffrey Bourne in pits actively as well. "44 laps out of 75 for stage 2 complete, in the books and on the board. 120 out of 275. We are just over our halfway mark. If not, we are getting there right now. Looking really good for the drivers. At this point, you've got to wonder, how good are these tires feeling for the drivers? We haven't heard much from them. Of course, we don't have a tire overlay, which is unfortunate. Wish we did. We'd be able to keep up with him, so we have these something on radios. About a half a tank of fuel for these drivers right now. We already know, due to stage 1, they'll be able to finish stage 2, these 75 laps, on that same tank of gas. Same with the tires. I don't think the degradation has picked up any worse than what it already has. Track temps have not moved. They are still 87 degrees, even with the sun down and the lights on now. So I think your biggest thing of the night is going to be the marbling of the track. That's really going to be your go-to, your big changer. What's going to change the course of the night? It's going to be those tires, the marbles on the top side, the marbles on the low side. Even if you tap that apron, might be the end of the night for you. We've already seen Rainy wreck out low. We only have 6 drivers on lead lap right now. Hoppy, the first one a lap down. He has stayed in this position for a pretty marginal amount of the night. Mark Randall just in front, trying to stay on lead lap himself as well, with about 25 laps left to go. Kyle Sims just in front of Randall. In 5th place, holding the fort down. Easy possible top 5 finish for either of these drivers tonight. Corey Rainey in the 4 car still holding 4th. Got to wonder how much longer it's going to be until he catches Isaiah Fox. He's right there. Charlie Bennett's going to be into pits this time by. Of course, Fox in 3rd, 2.4 back from your leader. Morton only 1 second flat back from the 40 of Lax. Lax back into the lead here tonight. He has already led a good amount of race laps so far. 93 to be exact, is trying to take the rest of stage number 2 as well for himself. Mark Morton has led only 12 laps. Isaiah Fox has led 24. I mean, I could say he's everything here tonight. Can't really complain too much. Spread out racing is still good at racing. Right now, good fight between the 09 and the 4 as we were clicking over to the 09 and the 4. Rainey almost getting around Fox. He's going to be pretty close there to the top 3 driver of the 09 of Fox right now. Mark Morton still in 2nd place. He's lost about 0.4 tenths of a second to Lax in front, who has 15 more laps to go, as he now just crossed the line before he can take the win here himself tonight. The inside of Mark Morton's car almost broke loose there, getting back on throttle a little bit too much, trying to catch the 40 of Lax. You could just see kind of blocked by that front left pillar right now. There he is on the straightaway. Got plenty of room out the back end. He doesn't have anything to worry about. Of course, Lack still in the lead, 10 laps to go. He's starting to catch some lap traffic now. Mark Randall just in front. Now Lack's finally getting around him. Six more laps to go. I believe stage 2 is, the way it's looking, is going to Lax right now. Radios are very silent. Everybody's trying to be locked in, get this race done, get on with the rest of their Saturday. And it seems like right now, no one is going to be able to break it. Listening to the radios right now, Lax dealing with a little bit of tunnel vision. Kind of what he experienced just a few weeks ago, now having to deal with it again. You could hear from it. You could hear it from him himself. Don't know why that was such a hard phrase to say, but you can tell in his voice he is about wore out with the stage right now.
The tunnel vision is real right now, dude.
I would say for sure. That is a tired man. A very tired man. Who's trying his hardest right now. He's doing well. 2 more laps to go. And he can finally breathe. One more lap to go around. Only 5 drivers on the lead lap now, passing the start and finish line again. Stage number 2 now officially finished. Stage 3 coming very, very shortly. Owen Lax now with stage 1 and 2 win in the books. Stage 3, 125 laps. We'll be back in just a few with more action.
Industry. It runs on your industry, your hard work. After all, the wheels of commerce don't spin by themselves. It takes an expert to keep them turning. You. Mobile experts can help. Working by your side to make machines and engines last longer, streamline maintenance, understand data, and act on it, saving time, money, and energy. Because everything runs precisely, exactly, and completely the way it's designed. Something we understand inside out. from working together with experts at equipment manufacturers. Enough to earn their recommendation in 3 short words: fill with mobile. And it's not written in pencil for a reason. The well-oiled machine, you make it that way. Because you fill with more than exceptional lubrication. You fill with expertise, collaboration, and pride. You fill with mobile.
You can run the perfect race.
Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
Make all the best moves, and then, boom.
Oh, Hamlin's hit. Hamlin is out of it.
That's true in racing and life. Things happen that are out of your control. And when debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control. National Debt Relief is the most trusted debt relief company in America and can get you back on track and then control. And they don't just patch things up. They help you build a winning strategy so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. National Debt Relief helps reduce your debt so you can focus on moving forward. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Every journey toward racing excellence begins the same way, with preparation. Different tracks, different stakes, but the same attention to detail. Today, the gap between the garage and the living room has never been smaller. Because mastery isn't about where you start, it's about where you train. Whether you're chasing trophies or lap times, the road to racing excellence starts with the same tools.
Logitech G wheels and pedals.
We are back now. Green flag out, stage number 3. 10 laps out of 125. It's been a good race so far, shall we say. Has been some pretty clean runs here. As of right now, Lax currently in the lead. He's led a pretty good amount of laps here tonight. He's going to lead more as well. Of course, Mark Morton in second place right now, not too far back. He's been doing pretty well here tonight. Trying to keep up the pace. Isaiah Fox not too far behind him. Of course, 19 laps in right now. 7 drivers back on lead lap. Lucas Lewis down by 2. Still has some time to get back up. It's not over just yet. Lax still holding the lead down pretty strong. Mark Morton in second place, about almost the entire second off the pace already. Got to wonder what's going on with Morton. Is he trying to save his tires early for a late stage run? Or is it just not working out for him right now the way he wants it to be? Of course, we are trying to hold it together for the next almost 100 laps. It's going to be some long racing, spread out racing. Top 3 almost all a second back from each other. Fox about 2-3 seconds back from Morton. Corey Rainey well over 8 seconds from the leader right now. He might be holding on to some tires for a late stage run. We will not know until we get to that point. Of course, we have a lot of time to get there. Have not had a wreck for a while. That is a good thing. The longer we could stay green, the better it will be. I know I shouldn't, but I mean, what's the worst that can go wrong? Lax with a really good lead right now, 2.5 seconds. I think he'd like a few people around him tonight. What's the difference? Peter Hoppy now going to go into pits here. 32 laps in to 125. He said my pit cycle is now. Still have yet to see a pit cycle from a lot of other drivers. Hoppy has had some pretty early pit cycles here tonight. It's just the track. You're burning up your stuff so quick, you don't have a choice but to go in. 00 also calling out a pit cycle. Mark Randall currently in the pits as my action alerts are not working. Isaiah Fox just passes the 00 in pits. He is 5 seconds off race pace from your current leader in the 40. And for everybody wondering about the ZMAX Cars Tour, we're our number 50 here in Naras. Tristan Pena is doing. They officially have the covers off the cars. The Pro Late models, which is his series, looking to finally go green here soon, as they do have the ZMAX pace car with the lights on in front of the field. So we will have updates for the rest of this race on where Tristan's doing in the Cars Tour. This is our closest pack on the field right now. Got a few lap cars in here. Got a few lead lap cars. Mark Randall leading the charge right now. He is a lap down or so. 2 laps to be exact. Corey Rainey not too far behind. He is still on lead lap. Peter Hoppy 2 laps down. Lucas Lewis 2 laps down as well, just behind. Right now back up to the lead by an astounding 3.5 and still counting right now. Owen Lax holding on strong. Let's break his tunnel vision here for a bit, shall we? I'm stealing you, Owen. Hello.
Am I missing anything? What's up?
No, how's your tunnel vision?
That's great.
Trying to give you something else to keep your eyes open with, you know? A little in-race interview.
Yeah.
3.8 seconds. Now 3.9, almost 4 seconds in front of the leaders. Well, you are the leader. 4 seconds in front of the rest of the field. Only 5 cars on lead lap. Only 47 laps into 125. 2 stage wins so far. How are we feeling about stage 3?
I guess we'll find out when we finish stage 3 how I'm feeling. But you know, right now the car feels solid. I feel like it's a lot closer to how it was in stage 2. Stage 1 was very different because the sun was still out. Now it's really under the lights, so the track is behaving very differently. So it's still nothing like the trucks were, but it's working so far. I just got to make it work for about 75 more laps.
They know 200 laps as you're crossing the line right now have already went by. How are the marbling on that top side? I mean, it's probably got to be a hard groove to try to run in the corners. We haven't seen about any passing on the top side, or unless it was early on in stage 1. So how's the marbling kind of affecting the racing right now?
I'm not entirely sure. The only guy I really saw play around with that very, very top line was Isaiah. And I'm not sure how much that really worked out for him. So I'm kind of hesitant to go up there and find out. I feel comfortable where I am, and if I need to go venture out and find, you know, that extra line, then I'll go do that. But you know, right now if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, just wanted to tap it with you, kind of break that tunnel vision of yours, as you've just been watching red and white stripes and concrete for almost 53 laps now. So keep on with your lead. Red and white stripes. You show up?
They're well painted.
I mean, yeah, you have to know by now.
Yeah, they're well painted.
Little missing. Well, of course. 5, you still got some work to do.
Yep, thank you.
Had to break the tunnel vision. He's doing pretty good. Still 5 seconds ahead of Mark Morton right now in the lead. Going back to look at Mark Morton. He's sitting really comfortable. Almost 7 seconds separate him and Rainey. 5 seconds to the car in front. That being the 40 of Owen Lax right now. It's been a pretty rough race for some. We've had Jeffrey Bourne out early, hit the inside wall at stage number 2. No caution came out. Thankfully, he was able to keep it green. Got himself back to the pits. Didn't worry about anything, and now he is going to be out for the rest of the night. He got his points, still finishing in a top 10 spot. So I would still say good for points, regardless of the situation. Of course, Thomas Adams as well. He was involved with Bourne in that first caution, just had too much damage. Unfortunately, was out early on. He will finish in 11th. Charlie Bennett in pits right now currently. I feel like he's been in pits for a little bit now, so he might have some damage on that car. He's trying to take off the rest of it. From 5th all the way to 8th, all 2 laps down. They are actively fighting for position over each other, though. Fox leading the charge in 5th, Hoppy in 6th, Lewis in 7th, Mark Randall in 8th, and then, of course, your lead lap cars in 4th is Kyle Sims. Corey Rainey sitting in 3rd. He's 12 seconds back from the leader, Mark Morton. Now almost 6 seconds back from the leader in 2nd. Then you got Owen Lax, your current leader, holding the fort down up front. Lax with a good amount of laps led here tonight, 174 laps led, adding to his total here tonight. Still has a lot more to possibly gain as he is now fighting lap traffic. PLM Cars Tour now officially rolling out on the field in the grid. Mark Randall on the track. Caution will be out front, and damage to Randall. Not going to be good. You saw it just in the back end of your screen. Broke loose on that bottom side, most likely getting back into the throttle just too early. No, actually made contact with Sims. Left front hit to the nose. Unfortunate for Randall.
That was my fault. I took a yellow for that.
Right now for the Spears Throwback Classic and the professional with the pro late models, Tristan, our number 50 from San Antonio, Texas, starting in row 11. 100 laps for the pro late models tour in Hickory, North Carolina tonight. Ooh, black flag. Claiming a black flag to Isaiah Fox. You must have went down pits at the wrong time. Green flag is going to be back out now. No. In front of the field. The 99 of Mark Morton has lost it all. Contact with Rainey in the front. Not good.
Corey, I don't know what happened, brother. I just gassed it and it just... You're good. I didn't know what to do there. I panicked. My bad, buddy. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, huge wreck in the PLMs. Tristan involved. Tristan might already be out of the race.
My life just flashed before.
Unfortunate situation. Our good buddy Tristan Pena wrecked out early on in his race. Cautions do breed cautions. You're not wrong about that. Green flag is going to be out now. Showing exactly what happened. Showing exactly what happened to Pena real quick here in his race. Slams that car on the outside walls. That red 50 right there. Pena, unfortunately, already out of his race. Probably would have had a better night if he stayed here. Back green flag now. Pena absolutely upset. Isaiah Fox now currently in the lead. Owen Lax in second place. $75 laps out of 125 already. One, two, and three. Fox, Lax, Rainey. Still a lot of laps left. Mark Morton still has some damage, what looks like on that front end. Breaking loose. Breaking pretty loose there in the corners. Morton currently in 5th place, 3.5 seconds back from the leaders. Isaiah Fox and Lax, 1, 2, 3, and Rainey. Car holding on strong right now to that 3rd place spot. Still needs his first win of the season. Hasn't been in the lead at all tonight, but maybe, just maybe, if it all goes well for him, we might see it happen here. Mark Morton back in pits now. Oh, 09 getting a little bit close there with the side-by-side action. Free pass, and now we might be able to see a lot in the next 10-15 laps. I'd also let Fox burn up his tires like he normally does, get that lap back with about 20 to go. Or get the lead back, shall I say. A little bit of contact there from the 40 on the wall. Looks like he's trying to aim for the inside. Might be able to gain some time. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to gain any at all. Goes back down to second. Corey Rainey now slowly making up some time to him. Lax gets the lead. Isaiah Fox into the wall. Little scuff damage to the outside wall. It's going to make him lose some time. Lax is going to box him out to the outside. A little bit of an over-under action. Lax is going to be able to get back down to the bottom and block here. He holds the lead. Lap 90 out of 125 now. Not too happy about that.
Ding! Good win out.
Already saying good win. Oh. He already knows he has nothing else to give Owen Lax there. That was going to be his opportunity to keep him blocked. Keep him locked into first place. Now it's going to be a difficult time as Fox is going to have to battle Rainey for second place. Rainey is getting pretty close, obviously signifying that Fox has already burnt down a lot of his tires in the race. 4-car polarizer in the wall. He will go to that low side. Does he have enough to get inside? No, not this lap. He's going to have to try and dial it back in as they are slowly losing time to the 40 of Owen Lax. Almost contact there going into 3 and 4. Car Rainey now currently on the inside, just can't gas up as early as the 09 can. The outside run. Oh, Corey Rainey around sideways. Not a good night. We're seeing cars drop like flies. Mark in pits. I believe he's retired for the night. Mark Randall in pits as well. He's still in there. Charlie Bennett in pits as well. Drivers have not been out. Corey Rainey has officially left the session as he made contact with the wall there. We only have 5 drivers out on track. Only 3 on the lead lap. Fox already 1.3 seconds back and losing time still. Peter Hoppy 2.7 seconds back as he's been fighting to hold the lap down all night long. Now it is all up to the 40 to keep it clean and green, praying that another car doesn't wreck and cause a caution. It's going to get fresh tires and a re-rack where Owen is going to have to fight for both lines and positioning to keep this lead. Might hear a little bit of Scorpions here tonight. 24 laps left to go. Countdown starts at 15. Peter Hoppy now in second place. Kyle Sims now in pits. Hopping now a little side-by-side action from Lucas. It's around Lucas Lewis, who's a lap down. Currently, Kyle Sims back on track, 3 laps down. Morton, Randall, Bennett all still in pits. Randall now officially out of the race. Three drivers on lead lap, and right now, Lewis praying for a caution. Lax coasting around his corners. He knows he has a possible win in existence. He's got to worry, though. Peter Hoppe is slowly losing a little bit of time. He's going to get it back up. Looks like he's trying to baby 3 and 4 at least. We are getting to the countdown time. Almost 10:15 to go now. $13 to go. I could say this is wrapped up with a bow. Peter Hoppe still in second place, 3.1 back from Lax now. Fox 5.7, almost 6 seconds back. Can tell those tires are really, really worn at this point in time. Of course, Fox will still be able to get a top 3 here tonight. To go for Lax. Been an astonishing stage. 215 laps here tonight. $218 laps led, 4 more to go. 222 laps by the end of this race. A lucky number for Lax. 222 across the board. Everybody just trying to coast around, be able to finish where they're at. Only 5 drivers left on track. Kyle Sims 3 laps down, finishing in 5th. Lucas Lewis a lap down, he will finish in 4th. Isaiah Fox in 3rd on lead lap. Peter Hoppy finishing in 2nd. And Lax with another victory here this season will get the win here tonight. Lax getting another win in the Dente scheme this season. Peter Hoppy finishing in 2nd. Isaiah Fox rounding out your top 3. Good race. Got a little spread out there at the end, but still a really good race. Of course, looking at your actual results here tonight. Kyle Sims getting the hard charger up 5 positions. Lax with the most laps led at 222. Charlie Bennett with the fastest lap at a 15 and 18.588. Owen getting a win after getting the pole position here tonight. Of course, live coverage now over. Post-race will begin. We're going to start with our 3rd place finisher. That's going to be the 09.
Hello?
Isaiah Fox. Hello.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I could be a little bit better. I feel like I say that a lot.
Yeah. You know, I could honestly say the same if I didn't see Tristan wrecking out of his Pro Late Model race.
Oh, that sucks. I was pulling for him, man.
Lap 1.
Hate to see it. I hate to see it, man.
But of course, you did something he couldn't do. You finished the race here tonight. I'm getting killed for that. you finished in 3rd. Obviously, you're back where you qualified at. All top three are back where they qualified at. You know, it was a pretty tough race here tonight. 275 laps in total. How did you feel about the race for you tonight?
Yeah, no, that was a rough one. I feel like, I told Peter this, you know, it looks great on paper, P3, you love to see it, but I mean, I'm really struggling to find some positives leaving tonight. I mean, I feel really disappointed in the race I had, because I mean, I'm not gonna gripe and complain about a P3 finish. We'll take it 100%, but it's just, yeah, the pace, I was really slow. I mean, I was great on the short runs. Me and Owen, we probably led all the laps, most of the laps. I'm sure Morton got quite a few of them there, but yeah, it was a struggle for sure. Just trying to keep pace with Owen. Um, you try so many different things, and you think you're doing so much better from one run to the next, and you still look at your relative, and he's just 2/10 this lap on you, 3/10 that lap on you, and it's just a little discouraging. And I mean, in the end, I think there was 5 or 6 cars that finished on track. If we had a bigger field, I probably wouldn't have even been top 10. That's just how bad of a night I had. It's just I fell back as far as you can possibly fall back. So good points. Pretty far. I'm pretty buried deep in the standings, so it doesn't really mean much. But I guess if there's one thing I can hold my head up high about after tonight, it'd be that.
Of course, you know, kind of coming down to the end of the season here, it seems like it's came upon us faster than what we've all expected here. You know, about 6 races left in the regular season. Of course, next week going to be another hard. And now we go to the Brickyard for 275 miles, 110 laps next week. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's track position's key at the Brickyard, so I feel like definitely short tracks don't benefit me, as you can probably tell here tonight. Yeah, I don't mind it. It should be some fun. Just all about trying to keep the track position, trying to be there at the end, and I'm excited to go to a long track because New Hampshire than this. Getting kind of tired of these high braking. I want to be on the gas, going fast. So I'm excited. It should be fun. Hopefully, it's been a little while since this '09 team's been to victory lane, and feel like, you know, winning fixes everything, they say. So it'd be nice to get myself another win, for sure. Hopefully it can come at the Brickyard.
Of course, you know, sitting pretty comfortable so far this season. I mean, you've already got at least 1 win to lock yourself into the playoffs for Red Tail. You know, anything else you can kind of do within these next few weeks other than another possible win to get you a little bit more comfortable in the playoffs? Or do you feel like that lock into the round of 16 is kind of all you need right now to focus on the round of 16 itself?
I feel like with where I am in points, it's going to be really difficult, for sure, because of just how the playoff format works. I might have to be relying on some wins, which is not a position you want to put yourself into. But the Michigan win was big. You know, it's obviously a sigh of relief. I mean, I've missed a few races, so I've dug myself in a hole for sure, and I feel like the mentality at this point has to just be go out and win the race. That's definitely 100% what I'm going to be trying to do these next few weeks, and until we get to the playoffs. And yeah, just to try and put myself in the best position I can possibly be going into the playoffs, knowing we have that win, and we can kind of, it's not as dire as it would be if we hadn't gotten that win at Michigan. So just try and put myself in the best position possible and see what we can do these next few weeks.
And of course, before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I just want to give a huge shout out to Owen Lax because I know he had a lot going on this evening with some session stuff had to be fixed. I know he kind of got set as the primary admin for this race on pretty short notice, so I know that he had a lot going on. So just honestly, for him to go out and be on his A game, lead all the laps he led, and be genuinely as dominant, and we saw pretty much the Owen Lax you would expect to see in any on any given Saturday night. So just huge props to him for that. Yeah, shout out to him for that. Shout out to all the other competitors, all the admins making these races possible. Had a lot of fun tonight as usual. A lot of good racing. Other competitors, Corey, me and him were exchanging spots a lot. So just shout out to all those guys.
On your top 3 finish here tonight. Look forward to seeing what the Brickyard's going to do for you, and hopefully we'll see you with another win before we start the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on to our second place finisher. That is going to be the number 1 for Bull Motorsports. It's going to be Peter.
God, he on X Games mode.
Cottontail Hobby. Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
Dude, that was a long race.
Yeah, I would say so myself. Now, I mean, still a pretty good race. So unfortunately, a few of you guys trapped laps down and, you know, not able to truthfully get much laps back there at the end. And just, I would say, pretty spread out racing there at the end as well. How do you feel about, you know, the race yourself here tonight? I mean, even with you struggling just a little bit here and there.
Yeah, I mean, qualified P2, which was a surprise. I think the truck race helped last night, and just kept trying to go, let the faster guys go by me, spun around, one lap down, and just could never get it back until I was like, you know what, I gotta stay out. I think I stayed out at like the end of stage 2. Finally got on the lead lap or something like that, and I had to pit early. Luckily, I was in the fuel window, so I was just going to go to the end at that point. And then luckily, caution came out, and yeah, cautions fell very nice for me. But yeah, definitely struggled going through the pack multiple times. And yeah, don't want to do that again.
Of course, you know, it's still a pretty challenging night through and through, you know, still having to negate damage and drivers trying to keep tires under them by being a little bit slower possibly, you know, and just all in all having to really have a well-rounded car on the field. How did the car feel for you here tonight?
It actually felt pretty good. If anything, I felt loose in the beginning, which is why I spun. And then as the night went on, it got tighter. And other than that, it was actually really good. Tires actually stayed on the car, which helped a lot.
You know, of course, next week going to the Brickyard, it's going to be a tough one for sure. How are you feeling about 110 laps, 275 miles?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, last time I raced there, I flipped, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
Now, I mean, looking at where you're at on points this season, of course, you don't have the win. Still trying to look for that win, but hopefully we'll be able to get it before the end of the season. If not, how are you feeling about where you're kind of seated right now in playoffs without that win?
I think I'm doing pretty good. I mean, at this point in the next gens, I'm one of the most consistent guys other than Owen, and I mean, should be pretty good as long as nothing crazy happens in the playoffs. But I will say, if I get to the Final Four, I ain't gonna win it. I suck at Homestead.
Well, you still got time to get your practice in now, so I would say get to it. Of course, man, before we let you go, any shout-outs you want to give to anybody?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out, you streaming these wonderful, clean races. Kind of boring at sometimes, but it's what you get with clean racing. Jordan for running somewhat the league. Owen for fixing some stuff. Owen as a teammate. Only if I wish he would pull over and let me win. Yeah, and just shout out everyone else. The race is nice and clean, and hopefully we have a good race at Indy.
Well, of course, man, congratulations on the second place finish for you tonight. Still a pretty good race all in all, even coming back from laps down. So kudos to you for that. And of course, hopefully we shall see you back up here in the top 3 at Indy.
Yeah, hopefully.
You have a good one.
You too.
Now, the last man standing all throughout the night. The man who deserves the grandest entrance, as he has now hit a record 20 wins overall. It's going to be your 40. Oh, relax.
Boo.
Boo.
See, I had to have a little bit of energy because you'll laugh at me.
At this point, I'll laugh about any damn thing, to be honest.
All right. All right.
So, how are you feeling? 20th win.
Dude, I was exhausted the whole time. There's no way that's 20.
According to notes last week, you were searching for your 20th. Or last night, excuse me, you were searching for your 20th. All times.
Okay. I think that was 16.
Could be. I don't know.
I was just like, there's no way I'm at 20.
I just read what I'm told.
Yeah.
Either way, how are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm exhausted. Literally got home at 5 and realized that I didn't have the Chili's car made yet for tonight and threw it together in like an hour just panicking. And then there was a bunch of stuff with the session that we had to figure out, and thankfully we got everything going on time. So a lot of chaos. Kind of glad I survived it a little bit.
Right.
Obviously had a much better race than I was expecting. I really just expected to come out here and run, top 3, top 5 at best. I have no experience in this car here, so to be decent enough all night was big. And very, very happy about that, but I'm ready to sleep.
Well, of course, first 2 stages, not much of a difference. Stage 3, the longest one of all. How did you feel with 125 laps for stage number 3?
Yeah, well, the thing I was hoping for was it to go green. Thankfully the yellow fell literally, like I pitted on 213, which was the lap that I was planning to pit. So I ended up pitting on the same lap. So my strategy was kind of the same, but having Isaiah, the biggest thing was Mark got back up to me. Isaiah and Corey, they were all with me again. And, obviously Mark had his issue after literally running with me all night. I felt like he had the best chance of contending on the long run. Isaiah was really good on the short run, so I was kind of worried there on that last restart because Isaiah got to run me on the outside like he had before. And, I was like, well, what if Isaiah figures out the tires? because it's, you know, you can tell I was pushing harder than I had all night on that final run, just to try and get back by Isaiah, just in case he, you know, didn't fall off like I was hoping he would. And thankfully, once I got around him, I was able to kind of relax again, cool the tires back down, and that is kind of the only reason I stayed in front.
Well, I mean, strategy was a pretty strong move for you here tonight. Of course, you know, it had to be kind of difficult but easy at the same time to figure out what you needed to do early on for the first two stages in stage 3, or did it kind of take some racing in stage 3 to be able to figure that out?
Well, I knew that going into stage 3, it was actually going to be the shortest runs of the night. So I think a lot of people pushed a little harder and burnt their stuff up. And that's how I got ahead before the caution. But no, I kind of just went in there and did the same thing I'd done mainly in stage 2, with how similar the track was. But, you know, just switching lines as need be, sliding up in the corner, sliding down in the corner. You know, same thing I had with New Hampshire. Being able to move lines, I think, is kind of the best thing for me, because I can adjust as it goes. So, you know, makes me really look forward to Eldora in the trucks in like a month and a half. But, you know, maybe too far out to be looking forward to that. But yeah, just being able to move lines, you know, over time. I mean, Isaiah was the only one who was really willing to try the high side. Everyone else was kind of on the bottom. Mark would sometimes stray to the middle top. I know Peter was saying that he was running that top side, just trying to experiment. So, but Isaiah was really the one you saw kind of sticking with the high side, at least in 1 and 2. So, you know, obviously trying to find something there. I think near the end he started to, but just not enough time to really perfect it for him.
Now, of course, you know, Brickyard, another crown jewel race coming up next week. How are we feeling about having to conquer Indy?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. Obviously,
yeah.
it falls. Yeah, it falls during the real life Richmond race. So, I won't be there, sadly. I really want the trophy, dude. The trophy looks awesome. I just want to win a crown jewel. I know I won Charlotte, but I really want another one. It'd be really cool. Because I think we only have, after Indy, we just have Darlington in a few weeks. So
yep.
And that's like the 5th. So about a month away. So 2 crown jewels back to back. Obviously, I'll miss Indy, which sucks. But yeah, hopefully it's a good race for you. And hopefully they put on a show.
Oh, it'll be a good race. I pray. And of course, I'm not even going to ask. The spotlight is yours. As Jerry says, Little Hurricane.
All right. Well, obviously there's, yeah. Obviously there's my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandparents, Body Bag Johnny, Romo, and Uncle Tommy, my girlfriend Amber, Jordan for, you know, running the league and allowing me to kind of have to take over last minute to make sure that tonight happened, and you for dealing with our shenanigans for about 2.5 hours or so.
2 hours, 23 minutes, 45 seconds.
I think you've enjoyed our company enough tonight. And then, like I said with the trucks last night, I just want to thank everyone that came out. We had 11 cars start, which obviously we had some numbers drop when we switched to the next gen. That was kind of expected, but we had such a big issue with the Gen 6 that it as someone who wasn't really happy about it, I think it was the right call. But yeah, I mean, really looking forward to the numbers that we can bring in next season, now that we kind of have a car that's more commonly used on the simulator.
Well, of course, man, congrats here on your win tonight, making it your 20th, 16th, 43rd, whatever win it is.
Some win. It's a win.
Yeah, another win on a pretty good season for you this year. So, of course, Looking forward to seeing. Oh, almost skipped it. Looking forward to seeing what you're going to do in 2 weeks. Almost said next week. And,
Yeah, no, not next week.
you know, all I got to say is I'm going to get killed for this because it's the second time I'm saying it. All I got to say is you did better than Pena tonight. So good job.
Sadly, yeah. Randall was showing us the wreck, and I mean that is a hard hit for him.
Well, we'll hear all about it next Saturday. So,
yeah.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate your time tonight, and once again, congrats on that win.
Thank you.
Of course, that was your winner of tonight's race. It has been a fantastic night here. Clean racing for the most part. Few cautions have came out, 7 cautions in total, including the stage break, so 5 cautions. 31 total laps done under caution, 5 changes under green flag, 4 different leaders tonight. Those being Owen Lax, who took the win, Peter Hoppy in second place, Isaiah Fox, another leader with 41 laps led. Corey Rainey leading 1 lap, and as well as Mark Morton. 275 laps in the books, and we will be back next week for the Brickyard, a good crown jewel race. What can go wrong? Of course, as always, we here, the Asphalt Racing Network, would like to thank you guys for tuning in live. We'd like to also thank you guys on behalf of the Naras Cup Series for tuning in here live. Be sure to come back to Twitch on Monday for the American Stock Car Racing League and 15 cautions worth of action. Bright time coming back up on September 9th. 9:05 for the Next Gen Cup Series. And of course, next Friday, you can catch us back here for the Truck Series. Fisher Studios Truck Series, that is. And on Saturdays for the Gen 7 Cup Cars as they take on the most historic track in all of oval racing. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in here tonight. As always, we're going to leave you with a white flag lap where Owen Lax has taken another win on a very good season run. We hope to see you next time. If not, we hope to catch you back somewhere else. Good night, everybody.